my dear children. How are you? I hope you all are fine and have started preparing for the exams, reading thoroughly all the chapters. Children, in the previous classes, I have told you that the government, it works at the three levels. Did you remember? The first level is national level, second state level, and the third level local level. Now the question is, why do the government work at three levels? Because it is impossible for a single government to take care of the entire country. As you all are familiar that our country is very big and vast to control and govern by a single government. So that's why the constitution has divided the government at the three levels. So today we are going to discuss about the state government. As the name of the chapter suggests, how the state government works. It is the third chapter of civics. So children, at the state level, we all are very much aware that we have Chief Minister. Who is the Chief Minister of our state? Of course, everybody is knowing that Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan is our Chief Minister. Then we have Governor, who takes care of the entire state. So, in this chapter, we will be studying about the state government, that there are legislative assemblies, how the election to the legislative assemblies takes place, what are the powers, what are the functions, and how it works for the welfare of the entire state. So let's start with the explanation of the chapter. So children, I was telling you about how the state government works and what is the necessity of state government. So first of all, the question which arises in our mind is, why do we have state government? India is a huge country with 28 states and 7 union territories. Children, am I right if I say there are 28 states and 7 union territories? No. Now how many states are there? There are 29 states and 8 union territories, as Jammu and Kashmir is also included now in the states. So there is distribution of power between the center and states, and it has been given to us by the Constitution of India for the smooth functioning and good functioning of the country. So the state government is responsible for good governance of the people of the state. The state government manages the affairs of the state at three levels: legislative, executive, and administrative. Now we will see what does state legislature consist. The state legislature consists of the governor and one or two houses. In states where there are two houses, there is a legislative council and a legislative assembly. So the states which are having one house, it is known as unicameral, and the states which are having two houses known as bicameral. So the legislative council, it is known as the Vidhan Parishad, and it is the upper house, and legislative assembly, which is known as the Vidhan Sabha, is the lower house of the state legislature. Now we will see what are the powers and functions of legislative assembly. Children, this legislative assembly, it acts as the highest law-making organ of the state, which makes the laws for the state. A proposal to pass a law or to amend an existing one is called a bill. And this bill, it is introduced in legislative assembly. These proposals, they are debated, that is, there is debate, discussion among the members of the assembly, and then the voting is done on this bill. And once the bill is approved by majority vote, it is sent to the other house where it follows the same procedure. And then the bill goes to the governor for his or her approval. And once the governor approves the bill, it becomes a law. Children, one very important thing to note, the budget and all money bills, they can only be introduced in the legislative assembly, while other bills, they may be introduced in the legislative council. Now, just now I have told you about the budget. What is a budget? A budget is like a future account of the government. It gives the proposals of income and expenditure of the government, and the budget is presented by the finance minister. Now, who comprises the executive, which means who comes under the executive? The executive comprises of council of ministers and chief minister, and the members of the assembly, they control the executive. Now we will see the powers and functions of legislative council. The legislative council is, children, mainly an advisory body, which means it gives the advice. And the members of the legislative council, they are not directly elected by the people of the state, but by different bodies of the state. And this is a permanent body, and the members are elected for a term of 6 years. Children, you know the states which are having 2 houses, they are called bicameral states, and they are Jammu and Kashmir, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. Now, as I have told you in my introduction, after the chief minister, there is a governor. So, who is the governor? The governor is the constitutional head of the state, and he is appointed by the president of the country, and he appoints the chief minister and the other members of the council of ministers. He also appoints the advocate general and other officers of the state. Every bill has to be approved by the governor. And children, he even has the right to dissolve the legislature. Now quickly we will see what are the qualifications required to be a governor. The qualifications are, first of all, he or she has to be a citizen of India, and he or she should not be a member of either house of parliament or state legislature. Then he or she cannot hold any office of profit. Now, what is a constituency? Every state is divided into small areas called constituencies, which is a specified area covering one or more districts, and each constituency has an elected representative who is a member of the legislative assembly. So, this is a map of Odisha, children, one of the states of India, and Odisha has 147 constituencies. So, this is the map of India, and these small areas, it is known as the constituencies. Now, member of legislative assembly. Every 5 years election is announced for state legislative assembly, and political parties, they nominate their people for each constituency. All members of the legislative assembly, they are elected on the basis of adult franchise, and one member is elected from one constituency. The member of legislative assembly is a representative elected by the voters of an electoral district or constituency to the legislature of a state. Now, how is government formed in state? After the election of the Legislative Assembly, the political party whose MLAs won more than half the number of constituencies in a state is said to be in a majority and has the first right to form the government of the state. So, once the election of Legislative Assembly is over, the political party whose MLAs have won the maximum number of constituencies, number of seats in a state, it has to be in majority and has the right to form the government of the state. Now children, another term, coalition government. What is coalition government? When no single party has got a clear majority in the election, then what happens? Different parties, they join together to form a coalition government. And children, once the party is formed, once the election is conducted, the party wins the election, the leader of the majority party, he or she is appointed as the chief minister of the chief minister by the governor, the chief minister of the state. Now, what are the qualifications required to be a chief minister? First of all, he should be a citizen of India. His age should be 25 years of age and should be a member of either house of state legislature. Now, we will quickly see the powers and functions of chief minister. The chief minister is the leader of the legislative assembly of the state. He selects the ministers in the council of ministers. As the head of the council, he distributes the portfolios or different departments to them. Then the chief minister, it acts as a link between the governor and the state cabinet, and generally the governor exercises all his functions on the advice of the chief minister. And children, it is the duty of the chief minister to communicate to the governor all decisions of the council of ministers. As the chief spokesman of the state government, all important announcements on behalf of the government is made by the chief minister only. Then few more powers and functions. The policies and workings of the different ministries are monitored and they are coordinated by him. He summons and presides over the meetings of the council of ministers. The governor appoints or dismisses other ministers on his advice. Then the chief minister allocates or reallocates the different departments or portfolios among the ministers. Now, the whole sole channel of communication between his ministers and legislature is the chief minister only. He remains responsible to the legislative assembly for the acts or the work done by the state council of ministers. And children, if the chief minister resigns, the entire council of ministers, they are forced to resign. So that is all for today. Children, I hope you all have understood everything about the legislative assemblies, legislative council, chief minister, governor. Now go through the chapter, read the chapter thoroughly and revise the full chapter and also try to understand the explanation. That is all for today. Thank you. Have a good day.